This is a Gipsol video to talk you through a few basic steps that could get your heating and or your hot water back on. This can prevent you from being without heating or hot water for a period of time. The first step is to check that your gas and electricity are both on. So if you use a prepayment meter, you must make sure that both meters are in credit, as your boiler will not work without gas and electricity. If your gas and electric are on and everything seems to be working, then you need to identify where your boiler is located. Normally, a boiler is located either in the kitchen on the wall or inside a cupboard in the kitchen. Sometimes they're in the bathroom and sometimes they are in a separate sort of cupboard within the hallway. Once you do find your boiler, it will look something like this. Check the pressure by looking at this gauge. Your pressure, if it's healthy, should be between 1 and 2 bar, so between the 1 and the 2 in that green area. What you will find is if the water within the heating system is warm, it will be up towards the 2, and if it's cold, it will be round about 1, but it should never be below 1. If the pressure is below 1, you are going to have to top up the system, as it will not operate without the pressure of 1 bar or more in the boiler. To do that, you will either pull a valve and you will see it topping up, and you want it to get just over the 1 position. Many of our boilers have the pull release catch, so you pull it and it lets water into the system and starts topping up the system. As soon as you let go, it stops inputting water into the system. However, some boilers do have a tap that you have to turn, so you turn it to the on position, normally anti-clockwise, until you get to the point where it's just over 1 bar, and then you turn it back to the off position. If the pressure was between 1 and 2 bar, or you've topped up the pressure to between 1 and 2 bar, and yet you still do not have heating or hot water, first of all, try to reset your gas meter. The way to do that is to press button A on your gas meter, which will wake up the screen. Then press button B on your gas meter, and then press and hold button A until you hear the supply come back on. Next, you may need to reset your boiler. So there will be a reset button. It may not be in this exact position as on the image here, but if you go and press the reset button, keep your finger on it for a few seconds and then release it. If following these steps does not work, you will then need to report the boiler as not working and an engineer visit will be required. So please go ahead and report this.